Hello. My name is James Cook. I am the new membership coordinator for what may be one of the world's most exclusive private financial clubs. It's an organization that includes some very wealthy investors and extremely successful financial analysts. I am pleased to announce that you have been chosen for nomination into this most remarkable group. This may seem an unusual way to notify you by cassette tape, but the Oxford Club is indeed an unusual organization. If you have a few moments, I'd like to tell you about the club and how I believe you could benefit from membership, as I have. Before I begin, let me first say that this is privileged information. When the tape is over, please destroy it. You read the headlines: recession, riots, fraud, tax lies, bankruptcies, bad politics. You hear people talking about them. But let me ask you this. Do you think the rich and respected worry about these grim headlines in their closed-door meetings? If you think they do, then stop listening and destroy this tape while you still can. But if you've got the sneaking suspicion that the rich and respected have risen above the humdrum of dreary news, and if you're ready to step up to the privileged information channels of the wealthy few, then give me a few minutes of your time. I would like to share with you exactly how the rich get richer. Imagine that for just one afternoon you're the butler. Not just any butler, but the button-lipped butler in grey flannel who scoots about almost invisibly at a private meeting of some of the wealthiest and most successful people in the world. You'd be quietly listening in, picking up little tidbits of information, finding out what the big players are planning. Then you'd use that information for your own personal gain. You wouldn't have to be wildly wealthy yourself. You wouldn't have to know someone to be allowed in. You wouldn't have to travel halfway around the world to meet these incredibly successful people. But you'd be circulating among them anyway, as a member of the Oxford Club. Let's don our butler's jacket and go, shall we? As I share with you some of the secrets I learned at my first Oxford Club meeting. All around me, men and women were beaming with an air of confidence. Some are older than I, some younger. Several had the unmistakable sheen of old money. Others hinted at the original hunger that brought them this far. In the corner, a young man with an entrepreneurial look was tapping away on a laptop computer. A distinguished-looking gentleman wore the easy air of a Rothschild or a Rockefeller. An attractive woman intently pored over a spreadsheet. Then there was a husband and wife, mid-50-ish, Midwestern plain, but well-dressed and very happy, clearly looking forward to the meeting. As for me, I was about to discover how to make money from information that's not available to the public. The conversation turned to Mexico's boom economy, and Oxford Club members were given advance notice on Mexican investment opportunities in a special report, Profile on Mexico. Many members had the opportunity to capitalize on Telefonos de Mexico's 4,000% increase over 48 months. But that's all background. At today's members-only meeting, you get exclusive briefings from the president of the Mexican Stock Exchange, the Wall Street Journal's man in Mexico City, and the club's own local genius, the one who's been faxing up all those hot buys. Next to speak was the corporate-looking fellow. His business takes him all over the world. He was talking about his recent trip to Minsk. Listening to him confirmed something I had long suspected, that the rich have far better information at their disposal. He talked about things that never make it into the mainstream media. He told me of a toy factory he visited where the products are so badly made that the factory can't give them away. They are 50 years behind in plastics technology. It's a joke. I asked, which companies will profit in the new Commonwealth? This remarkable businessman found out. As he listed the companies, I made a mental note of them, realizing that I had just experienced firsthand how the rich get richer. And the meeting was just getting warmed up. Next, somebody asked about today's low yields and whether there were any ways to lock in the sweet high yields of last year. I wanted to know too, but I was nervous. Just the mention of yields makes me sweat. But the talk was simple, in plain English. Nobody was showing off in this group. One staff member mentions the new special report that was about to be rushed to all members on Eskom bonds. It was hot off the press, just delivered from our contact in South Africa. I discovered that Escoms are returning over 20% hassle-free, which is fantastic. But I wondered, is it totally hassle-free? What about the political risks? What about the instability there, possible currency depreciation, that kind of thing? As if reading my mind, one of the English members spoke up. Say the South African rand plunges 25% overnight and never recovers. Bloody unlikely, but possible. If it did, you would still be making 13% for the life of the bonds. That's twice as good as your U.S. bonds are doing. Then talk rolled around to taxes. But for once it didn't ruin my day, because nobody was complaining. These guys had already hooked into the Oxford Club's tax-saving lifeline. They had graduated from whining to winning. Some members start bragging about how they legally beat the taxman. One woman reports how she installed a pool grotto last year with her tax savings and then deducted the cost. Talk about getting even. Simple strategies, perfectly legal strategies, all the result of what? Better information, that's what. When the meeting finally drew to a close, my mind was swimming with new ideas to put into action and multiply my wealth, while keeping the taxman at bay. I didn't have to know anybody or own the bank to gain access to the rich and respected, and neither do you. You simply have to accept your nomination to become a member of the Oxford Club, and everything else will be done for you. Now, my friend, I've tried so far to give you a feeling of what it would be like to be a member, and in a moment I'll tell you the tremendous profits our members have made, and how we help each other prosper. But before I do, a question might be dogging you. Why me? Why am I being invited to join? Most nominees ask the same kinds of questions. It's true, we rarely open our doors, and when we do, it's only after extensive demographic research. We want new members with a global outlook. We want members who take their money matters seriously. We believe you share our goals within reasonable parameters. I hope we are right, but only you can answer that. So tell me, are you building for retirement and your family's future? Are you against being taxed, litigated, or blown away by today's economy? Do you believe the best financial intelligence is not found in the mass media? It comes instead through small, private, hushed networks of talented men and women who only share their information behind closed doors. If you share our vision, then keep listening. It gets better. For the next 7 days, you and a few hundred people like you from around the world are being contacted by me and being asked to come in out of the isolated cold. What's our investment record, you may ask? Excuse me for some unashamed self-promotion, but we really cleaned up in 1991. For example, we recommended the Chile Fund, up 75%, the Brazil Fund, up 106%, Rock Taiwan, up 24%, Telefonos de Mexico, up 101%, Illinois Power, up 32%, Duff and Phelps Utilities, up 21%, Kaiser Steel, up 200%, Response Technology, up 190%. These figures represent profits for 1991, just one 12-month period, all on record.
The 1992 results are in. In 1992, we had a similar record of profitable bullseyes. In May, we recommended holding preferred stock in one of the world's safest banks, one that pays a very attractive annual dividend of over 10%. Not bad for such a safe issue, and more than twice what you earn in T-bills. In September, we told members who bought Hong Kong stocks in 1989 upon our recommendation to take profits. Those who did earned amazing returns. Hong Kong Telecom up 81%. Hong Kong Shanghai Bank up 65%. Tian'an up 310%. Hopewell Holdings up 73%. Our timing was good. Soon after our sell recommendation, Hong Kong's Hang Seng market reached an oversold position and then fell over 20%. Go back to 1990 or 1980 or any year you choose, and we'll show you a similar record. The 1993 results are now in. The stock and bond picks from Research Director Chris Weber and his staff averaged a total return of 40.1% with no losers. Given our international investment orientation, it shouldn't surprise you that 1993 was one of our best years ever.
Our investment picks have outperformed the market's high flyers over the years for one very critical reason. It's a reason you should know by heart by now. Superior information leads to superior earnings. Knowing this, it shouldn't surprise you that few members ever resign once they've been accepted into the Oxford Club. Another reason why members eagerly remain and go on to become lifetime members are the three key member advantages. Number one, you will pay less taxes. We know the tax code inside out, and we know how to safely, legally outsmart it by making you invisible to the IRS computer. Number two, you won't be bullied by lawyers. Smart legal planning is as important as tax planning. We all know that suing is the quickest buck in America. It's the modern-day version of highway robbery, and if you have bucks, you're a target. But inside the Oxford Club, we cut through all the legal mumbo-jumbo and tell you in plain English how to shake sue-happy lawyers off your trail forever. We help you set up a financial sanctuary based on the simple idea, what they can't see, they can't attack. And we walk you through investments that you don't have to report to anybody, not even the IRS. It's all above board, better than cheating. Much better. Lastly, number three, you will make informed investments. You'll find that we don't sell any investments. We evaluate them and pass along the cream of the crop. When you are accepted as a member, you will become instantly privy to top investment opportunities, the inside line on today's and tomorrow's most promising companies, and nobody profits but you. You will never be set up for a sucker punch because we don't accept advertisements, club policy. We have no links with stockbrokers or with companies. We've got one purpose, and that's to dig out the best investment information in the world, no matter where, no matter how. Plus, we get there faster. If you think newspapers print news, I promise you, after 6 months in the club, you'll see that most of what they print is olds. Most of their info comes from press conferences, quarterly reports, announcements of new projects, all intended for the masses. But if there's money to be made, our people will have reached the decision-makers long before the invites for the press conferences go to press. But of course you don't have to make any investments at all. In fact, I recommend that new members paper trade along with older members like myself until you see for yourself how we earned the nickname, the Rolls-Royce of investment clubs. So, there you have them, the three advantages of the wealthy and privileged. And they can be yours, too, when you join me as a member of the Oxford Club. And of course, once you are a member, we will insist that you keep our information private, because, as decades of experience has proven, our privacy helps you grow richer. Members don't mind being called secretive. In fact, we take great pride in our low profile. We profit together because we swap our information quietly. Privacy means everything to us. Our members hail from all professions and many countries. They all have their own ideas on how to succeed. But I suppose old Lord Chesterfield said it best. To paraphrase him, wear your knowledge like your watch, in your pocket, and don't pull it out just for show. We subscribe to certain principles of wealth that have worked their magic for generations. Briefly, these principles are: 1. Focus on essentials. 2. Be frugal. 3. Foster contacts. 4. Move swiftly but surely. And number 5. Maintain an informed calm. One member, now a good friend of mine, is probably the world's foremost authority on private overseas bank accounts. Anything you want to know? One member of our board of governors is a best-selling author. 2 were recently appointed as economic advisors to help rebuild a former Soviet republic. 1 is a wealthy patron of the arts in South America. Another is expert on the use of trusts. You see how the range of our contacts and insider knowledge can be helpful. Having a lot of members with technical backgrounds doesn't hurt either. Last January, one member discovered a little environmental stock that rose 300% in less than 2 months. Another turned up a biotech company that rose almost 30% in 1 month. We encourage all of our members to pass along to our staff any local tips they come across. The Oxford Club membership brings you benefit after benefit. There are the purchase recommendations, and there are the inside warnings. There are the contacts. Need a source of financing for a new business venture? looking for a partner for a startup enterprise, a special section of our monthly communique puts you in direct contact with movers and shakers who can dramatically improve your own financial situation. Plus, there are the local chapter meetings and seminars. Registration is free for all members. And there is the privacy. We never rent or sell our members' names to any outside organizations. My feeling is that if the Oxford Club did nothing more than bring our members together to exchange information and ideas, the small initiation fee would be worth 100 times its value. I'm confident you'll agree, so please understand that this is a one-time nomination. If you do not respond in 7 days, I will remove your name from the invitation list. And now for the big surprise.
As your sponsors, we've arranged for you to join the Oxford Club for only $97 total for the first year. Why so low? There's a very good reason. We are primarily interested in building relationships. That way, down the road, sooner or later, you may happen upon or create your own investment discovery, and you will pass it along to the membership. That will be payment indeed.
There are only 2 other requirements for acceptance, and they are of the utmost importance. 1. You must agree not to publicize the Oxford Club. 2. You must agree to keep absolutely confidential any information and advice you receive from the Oxford Club. I must remind you that breaking these rules will result in immediate expulsion. As I have said, discretion is essential to our continuing profitability. So, if you feel our private investment club provides you with the kind of exclusive community of peers you've always dreamed of stepping up to, then simply fill out the confidential application enclosed with this tape and return it with your payment today. If your application is approved, I will dispatch a welcome letter to you with your membership card, detailing important information on upcoming news and events. I will also send a packet of the latest financial reports from our research team to catch you up with the rest of our members. Do not put the enclosed application aside. Decide one way or the other. Our doors close in 7 days, no exceptions. I cannot stress how important it is that we hear from you immediately. Thank you for your attention. I look forward to personally welcoming you as a member. Please, destroy this tape now.